This is Terror House Radio with Matt Forney and Bryden Proctor.
Yeah, welcome to it. Terror House Radio, episode number 3. I am Matt Forney, your charming and loquacious host, and the founder and editor-in-chief of Terror House Press. I am joined by my co-host and the producer of this ongoing dumpster fire of a show, the big ray of sunshine and happiness himself, Bryden Proctor. How you doing, Bryden?
Swarmy and dangerous.
Swarmy?
That means like
swarmy?
hairy. No, that's like hairy, like the Italians. They're all like, oh, swarmy.
Yeah, it's the word is swarvy. That's the word for hairy.
Well, then what's swarmy mean?
I don't think swarmy.
Swarmy's a word. Swarmy's a word. We don't have to look it up. I'm gonna look it up. Swarmy, adjective. It's a swarmy of bees inclined to swarming with people or activity teeming. It's an adjective, so I'm like a bunch of bees.
Damn, I got corrected on that one.
Yeah.
I didn't
How those
expect
books working out for you, idiot? Huh?
I will freely admit I've not read a book in a while just because I've been too busy doing other things. Plus, I write for a living. In fact, I just got done writing something for a client before we went on air. So when you write all the time, like, your brain is like tired, like physically exhausted, but your body's not. So you can't sleep and you can't do anything quasi-intellectual. So what I end up doing now is watching a lot of YouTube videos, listening to a lot of podcasts. You can't really play video games unless it's something mindless, because like my brain is just so fucking shot. I imagine it's something that a lot of people who work from home just suffer.
Mush brain, Matt.
Yes, mush brain. And if you can't tell from my voice, I am severely sleep deprived. I've gotten like 2 hours of sleep in the past 48 hours for a bunch of reasons. One, it's crunch time at my job. And number two, the big news of the segments, Terror House Press has finally launched. If you've been following us, you already know that our very first book, Letters from a Heartbroken Pervert by Richard Power, was released on Friday. You can get it by going to terrorhousepress.com, our shiny new website. It's also available at Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and a bunch of other retailers that I have never heard of. Like, have you ever heard of Angus and Robertson, Bryden? No, you haven't, because it's in Australia. But you can buy the book from there. I don't know how they got it, but they have it.
I've been trying to spread a lot of buzz about it because I'm swarmy.
Yeah. Bryden has been spreading a lot of buzz about the book just because he's so energetic and psyched about it. You can tell from his voice. And while we're here, I gotta tell you, we got a special deal going on. Well, this show goes out on Sundays at 5 p.m. Eastern. So this deal is just for you guys. If you're listening to this on Monday, if you're listening to this any other time, you missed the boat. Sorry. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Subscribe to the Anchor page. Subscribe to Spotify and the other places that this podcast goes out live so you won't miss this stuff in the future. We got a sale going on for Letters from a Heartbroken Pervert. We've got the paperback version is on sale for 20% off, and the ebook version is on sale for 35% off. The regular price on the paperback is $12.95. I have no idea what 20% of $12.95 is, but that's a fifth off the price. And as for the regular price of the ebook, that's $5.99. You can get it for $3.99. To catch, you got to go to terrorhousepress.com. You can go to terrorhousepress.com. The links will be in the description. You can get the ebook directly from us. DRM free, comes in EPUB, MOBI formats for your Kindle, PDF files for those of you who are old school. You can pay with a credit card or you can pay with cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, Litecoin, Dash. If you don't want anyone knowing that you purchased a book called Letters of a Heartbroken Pervert, you got it right there. You can get that direct from Terror House Press, and you can get the paperback by also going to Terror House Press. And when you go to checkout, remember to put in the coupon code LETTERS. Use the coupon code LETTERS, and you'll save 20% off the paperback. But it's only for this weekend. It ends on Sunday. So those of you who listened early, you know the deal, man. You get the deal. Those of you who are listening after this, sorry, you missed the train. Subscribe, like I said, subscribe to all of our channels. And more importantly, sign up for our mailing list. We've got a mailing list now because we're a for-profit entity. And also because, we've been told social media companies are a little censorious. They don't like independent publishers. They don't like they don't like humble podcasters making jokes at the expense of Fox News pundits. So we have a mailing list because everyone's got a mailing list, and because everyone's got an email address. The link is in the description. Sign up for our mailing list. We're not going to sell your address. We're not going to besiege you with spam. You're not going to be getting emails once or twice a day. Your inbox isn't going to be clogged with bullshit. We're going to be sending you our monthly newsletter that will go out the first Monday of every month. And we'll also send you emails when we have a new book on sale, when we're running a special sale. We've got some other cool deal for you guys. You guys on the mailing list will get it first. So subscribe to the mailing list. The link is in the description. Check that shit out.
You done with that now? You done with all of that stuff? So I can say anything?
Yeah, say something. Well, you're welcome to say something whenever.
That deal, sweeter than honey.
Yes, it's sweeter than honey. It's sweeter than your grandma's asshole.
Because I'm a bee in this episode.
Bzz, bzz, bzz,
I'm a
bzz.
bee.
For some reason, I'm not visualizing you as a bee. I'm visualizing you as one of the jellyfish from Spongebob. Bzz.
Oh yeah, I don't really know much of the Spongebob lore. But people like it though. There's Nike shoes of their Spongebob shoes. Now, did you see those?
You've never watched SpongeBob?
I've watched it.
High?
I've watched it, but I just never really it wasn't like my go-to thing,
It makes way more sense when you're high. Now, I don't advocate marijuana use, but if you're gonna smoke pot, watch SpongeBob.
You should smoke pot and drive cars to the liquor store and meet your drug dealer behind it and buy heroin.
No, you shouldn't do that.
Get high. Become a statistic.
And I completely forgot to mention that on this program we'll be having John Steele on. John Steele is a podcaster, generally cool guy, a literate guy, and like Bryden is also an Irish alcoholic. So we'll be having some interesting times on this podcast. He'll be on in just a bit. And one more thing. I warned you guys this is going to be a bad podcast. One more thing. Streamlabs.com/TerrorHouse Magazine. That's the link you go to if you want to ask a question, have a comment for us fine hosts of this program. I forgot to mention the questions and answers segment at last week's podcast, which is just as well because we didn't get anything because you people are cheapskates.
I just don't think they. I don't think they care right now, and that's okay. I don't.
You'll be surprised in about 50 minutes, Bryden. But for those of you, like I said, we put the link out on Twitter and Telegram a few hours before we're going to record a show, so you got time to get your questions in. And the link is in the description. Streamlabs.com/TerrorHouse Magazine. And once more, a reminder. Pretty much every podcast in this part of the internet now is fucking paywalled. Perfume Nationalist.
Matt.
Caribbean Rhythms with Bronze Age Purple. Tech Wars.
Matt.
The Weekly Sweat.
Matt.
What?
You know what my favorite dating app is? Bumble?
I was about to...
It's Bumble, Matt! It's Bumble! Because I'm a bee!
You're really gonna ride this one, aren't you?
I'm a bee.
Busy bee, very busy. Yeah, getting back to what I was saying, streamlabs.com/TerrorHouse Magazine. If you want this show to keep staying free, you gotta send us money. That's not a contradiction. It's really not. But yeah, that covers everything that we need to talk about on this segment. So we'll have John Steele coming up on a bit. Just stay right there.
This is Terror House Radio with Matt Forney and Bryden Proctor.
And welcome, John Steele, to Terror House Radio. John, thanks for coming on. How you doing?
I'm doing great, buddy, and I'm glad to be here.
Yes, we're all super excited. Actually, what we were talking about off air is the perfect segue for what I wanted to start this out with. Because right before we started the show, I was doing a paper for a client on your favorite author of all time, James Joyce.
He's not my. All right, go ahead, Matt.
No. I've doing the research for this. The paper was on a couple of stories from Dubliners, and I was doing some research, and I've revised my opinion of James Joyce a bit. He's a lot better writer than I give him credit for. In fact, I'd like to actually read a couple of excerpts of his writing on the show that I believe both of you will quite enjoy. This comes from, he wrote this in December 8th, 1909. And, quote, at every fuck I gave you, your shameless tongue come bursting out through your lips, and if I gave you a bigger, stronger fuck than usual, fat, dirty farts came spluttering out of your backside.
Awesome, dude.
How do you not love that? Is that art? Is that not art? High art? It brings a tear to my eyes. And I've got more. I've got more great quotes from Mr. James Joyce. You had an arse full of farts that night, darling, and I fucked them out of you. Big fat fellows, long windy ones, quick little merry cracks, and a lot of tiny little naughty farties ending in a long gush from your hole.
Oh, okay. That guy's cool as hell, man.
And one more quote. I hope Nora will let off no end of her farts in my face so that I may know but their smell also.
Oh, wow.
And by the way, James Joyce had one eye, so now we know how he lost the eye.
I didn't know that about Joyce having one eye.
Those
Dubliners
were letters, to clarify, those were actually letters he wrote to his wife, Nora.
Yeah, I was going to say I don't remember. But, yeah, Dubliners is a collection of I think it is a great work, Dubliners. It's actually a collection of short stories by Joyce, and it's the last story in it is technically a novella called The Dead, and it's one of my favorite literary works of all time.
Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, that's probably my favorite work of his. I mean, he wrote a bunch of other books too, like Portrait of the Artist as a Young Queer, Finnegan's Bank,
Fuck you.
Ulysses.
All right, so for those of you that don't know, I'm a fan of Joyce, and Matt, if his name comes up, Matt continually busts my balls.
He's not a bad writer. He just gets way too much attention. He stole all the attention from Flann O'Brien.
I know. We had this discussion. I still think Joyce is a brilliant writer.
Have you even read Flann O'Brien? Have you read At Swim Two Birds?
No, I haven't. I haven't read him.
Please read that book. It's very good.
Okay. It's not going to make me hate James Joyce, though.
Well, it's not. It may not make you hate James Joyce, but you'll have a more comparative something to compare it to.
Okay.
Well, my opinion is that Joyce gets it's an effect you see in these smaller countries that are struggling to define themselves. This is like the Gaelic revival, Irish independence, and all that. So anyone who was like, "Oh, I'm Irish, I'm an artist," was going to get more attention than they really deserved. I'm not saying they were all untalented, but then you had people like him. You had people like I like W.B. Yeats a lot. I really like Yeats.
Yes.
But you have to admit that a lot of dross ends up being flushed out with this. Like Canada is another example. All Canadian literature is fucking horrible, but like Margaret, what's her face? The bitch who wrote The Handmaid's Tale.
Margaret Atwood.
That's a terrible fucking book.
Yeah, it is.
It's an absolutely terrible book. And if she had been American, that book would never have gotten noticed. But because Canada is so desperate to prove that it's a real country, she gets the Booker Prize. She gets a fucking Netflix deal, or is it on Amazon? I don't know which fucking streaming service.
Oh no, actually, I think that
there's a sequel coming out.
It'd be funny if
Handmaid's 90.
Handmaid's Tale was written by Margaret Thatcher, and it was more of like an instructional guide.
Yeah, right. Yeah, Margaret Thatcher's like the antithesis of Atwood. But the thing about what you said about Joyce is kind of interesting because you're right. He wrote, for those who don't know much about Irish history, Ireland wasn't a country yet. It was a colony of Britain for years that had been in war for, 600 Civil War for 600 years. And he was writing right around that time of Irish independence really taking a strong hold. And what the Easter Rising happened in 1916, and he was writing like just before that happened. People probably might have seen the film like Michael Collins or something like that. So it was in that era. So a lot of people were galvanized a little bit by some of his work. But also the Irish have known to have a good gift for the gab. I mean, great, music and writing and poetry, that's kind of an Irish thing,
I mean, yeah, we've got you here with that accent of yours. You've always got a good yarn. You've always got something funny to say.
I like to think so. Maybe not as much as Bryden because I don't talk about farts too much. But every once in a while,
it's the one true comedy, dude. The purest form of comedy is
purest form of comedy. Potty jokes.
Yeah,
fart jokes are hilarious. Now poop jokes, maybe that's a step too far. Well, poop is funny too. I just don't want to look at pictures of it.
Yes. No.
Yeah, I was talking to the rap guys yesterday, and someone was posting like pictures of poop in one of the chat servers, and I was like, nah, I really don't want to look at that.
I got something to send you.
If you're sending me poop, dude, I swear to God,
it's technically poop, yeah. I'm gonna wait, but it's technically poop, yeah. You go see it.
Yeah, whatever. It's like
I got a question, Bryden, are you sober or drunk?
I am about halfway through my first drink, so pretty sober.
Sober.
Yeah, I know. I got terrible heartburn.
Sober.
This horrible heartburn, and it's really, bringing me down. And then my ice tastes weird, but I have this idea because that way you guys were talking about, like, James Joyce or James Dean or whoever the hell. And I was thinking I might try to make my ice cubes in my ice machine with alkaline water. Just see what would happen with that.
Oh, to address the acidity in your stomach?
No, it's just I just found out that it existed and I could get a big jug of it. I was like, maybe I should make some ice with it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
alkaline water, is that an oxymoron?
It's something you can buy at Kroger.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know.
The whole idea of something being alkaline it has a pH above 7, and water is supposed to have a pH of 7. So that's what I meant.
Oh well, this says like it says pH on it, and then everything has electrolytes in it. Now, see, when I go to the store, I try to get different types of water because it's like they're all pretty cheap, and I've yet to find any difference in them. But I like Smart Water. That's the best water probably. Fiji's pretty good. Welcome to the Watercast, ladies and gentlemen. Life Water is also pretty good, but yeah, you can find electrolytes and everything, and then they're starting to mess with the pH of water. A lot of it comes in boxes.
Seriously, Bryden, something that you should do. I'm not kidding by this, by the way. I just mean because I know you like to drink. One thing that's important to drink, especially as you start to get older. One of the things that happens to people who drink, regularly every day,
is they die.
That happens to everybody. But you lose magnesium because you drink a lot, because the way your body metabolizes it very quickly, and because alcohol is a diuretic. You should start taking magnesium supplements. I'm serious. I'm not kidding.
Yeah, I'll buy some on Amazon right now.
Yeah, magnesium is good. One tip is that magnesium is not really bioavailable in like tablets. So, like the best magnesium is like get like there's like some oil I used to use that you just rub on your body in the shower, and it gets absorbed in your you fucker. I was gonna say you're both a pair of homosexuals for putting so much thought into water. I mean, now I'm thinking of like the scene from Heathers where like the two dudes get set up in a fucking murder suit game
the mineral water
or artisanal water on them.
Yeah, I like that when they're planning they're planning it, him and Winona Ryder and Christian Slater. And he says, oh, mineral water. She's like, oh, a lot of people drink mineral water nowadays. He goes, yeah, but this is Ohio. If you're not holding a brewski, you might as well be wearing a dress.
Yeah, you know where heterosexuals get their water? From the tap. drink tap water, and I'm proud.
Ew.
Yeah, I drink tap water as well. But I do have an under sink filter because the water here tastes like shit.
I mean, water tastes like water. I mean, I can't tell the difference. I mean, unless you're in some really poor country where the water gives you diarrhea. I mean, there's no reason not to drink the tap.
Yeah, there's something wrong with the pipes in the building, so I got a filter. But the magnesium, the best is not the pills, is the powder.
Okay.
And you can buy like powder and put it in water, and it's flavored. And it's seriously, because if one of the reason that alcoholics have, well, not you saying you're an alcoholic, people drink heavily. One of the reasons they get high blood pressure is because of the magnesium thing.
And like, because like I'll have Metamucil every now and again. That Metamuse really makes sure I don't get the diarrhea too badly. I don't really know what that is. It's some type of husk thing, but I'll get some magnesium powder. I'll try that. See if that helps.
Psyllium husk is the technical name for it.
Yeah, psilocybin husk.
Turned me on to it too. I've got a jar of that in the kitchen.
Yeah, the Metamuse.
Because the reason I thought it, I had my doctor's annual visit yesterday, and my blood pressure, because the last time I was at the doctor, my blood pressure was really high. It was like 145, it was like crazy. And I got it yesterday, and it was 116/80.
Sad.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Boomercast.
Well, I mean, I have slightly high blood pressure, and then that kind of got under control. But I think it's just, the alcohol, and then the rage, just a lot of the mean, life didn't turn out the way that I really wanted, so I'm frustrated as I get older, and, it's just the way that works. I mean, I can feel my blood right now.
You're Tom Brady, no one's life turned out the way I wanted it to.
No, some people's did. Some people, I think, are just like, they never really wanted much, and then they didn't get much, and then they're just like, being a monk is great.
Yeah, I mean, my life turned out the way I wanted it. I know when I was a kid, I wanted to be a fucking freelance writer living in a third world country. Like that was my ambition. I wrote it down in fifth grade class when everyone asked what they wanted to do when they growed up, and then I didn't have any friends, and I guess that's why.
Well, there you go. But
yeah, with the blood pressure thing, Jesus, you guys must be unlucky because my blood pressure is really, really low. I haven't had it tested in a long time because I don't have any health problems. So I do remember it being like below the norm.
You don't want low blood pressure either, man.
Well, it's not like super low. It's just like low.
You're just like, my blood pressure is so low. Every time I go to the doctor, my doctor's like, this is the lowest blood pressure I've ever seen.
How are you not dead, Matt?
Oh man, that'd be pretty funny.
I did. It was funny. I have a really low resting heart rate, and I remember I had this. Well, I don't know what it is now, but I used to have an extremely low resting heart rate, and I remember they wouldn't let me out of the recovery room after surgery one time because my resting heart rate was like 43 beats a minute.
That's lower than like a Chopped and Screwed song. That's really that's the best I could do. Swing and a miss on that one, fellas. Sorry.
That's good, I suppose. I don't know, I guess I'm lucky. I don't really have any health problems that I've actually never been in a hospital my entire life for any reason. Never broken a bone. Never been punched in the face so badly I needed reconstructive surgery. I don't have heartburn. I am tired as hell because I have a horrendously bad sleep schedule. As I mentioned in the preamble, I've had like 2 hours of sleep in the past 48 hours. But that's my own damn fault.
That's because you're entrepreneurial, man. You're starting fucking Terra House, man. It's going live finally.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, that
was your balls to get this company going for like fucking months, man, and you're getting it done. Congrats.
Yeah, we're out and we're winning hearts and minds and pocketbooks.
He was playing Spore.
I was also playing Spore. Yes.
No, but in all seriousness, props to you, Matt, for getting this done, man. I know that you've been working on this baby for a while, and now it's really coming to fruition. So I'm serious, man. Props.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be able to do it without the help of the people who've helped me out. Brian's helped out. Glon's helped out. Lots of people have helped out, and of course the authors too. The authors are great. In fact, soon enough, I will be able to. Actually, I might as well mention this because he already put a video out about it. Our next book later this month will be the second edition of the Columbine Pilgrim by Andy Lewicki. He already threw a video up on his YouTube channel about that. I'll link to that. And I think a lot of you fellows will like this book. The best way to kind of sum it up is that we'll have Andy on the show later on in the month. But it was Joker before Joker, the movie Joker. So if you like that, you're definitely going to like this book.
I loved it. I read that years ago, and now it's being republished. Did you finally get Andy to write the foreword for it?
Yeah, there's going to be. He wrote an afterword. There's going to be an afterword, and he also said that Colin Liddell is writing a new foreword for it.
Dude, we should start selling CBD gummies.
CBD oil?
Yeah.
What is CBD oil? That's
know.
Become like a meme in the past few months. I don't get it.
I don't know.
Have you ever used it?
No, I don't care about any of that. But we should sell it on the internet.
No, there's an idea. Terror House CBD oil, Terror House Kratom, Terror House
dick pills,
Terror House this, Terror House that, merch,
Terror House pornography.
And some people are already accusing us of doing that. So
that's awesome. Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah. I'm hoping some of the retards from Noontime Twitter take offense at the book, because their anti-endorsements will be worth all the gold in the world.
I don't know what Noontime Twitter is, so
you don't need to know what it is.
Well,
it's led by a pedophile. That's all you need to know.
Okay.
Jesus.
Epstein Twitter, rise up.
Yeah, there was the news a couple days ago that there were 7 other women who were accusing him of molesting them or something, and I'm like, damn, this dude is dead, and he's raping women from beyond the grave. That's some king shit right there.
I mean, there's a ton. He was a lot. He was around for a while, man. Yeah.
Yeah. What was the actual time he was convicted? That was years ago, man.
Yeah.
In Florida when he got that sweetheart deal. That was a long time ago, and he's been doing this shit for fucking 30 years or more, maybe, man.
Epstein must be like the new Jesus Christ. I mean, there's no other explanation as to how a man was able to hang himself using a blanket made of toilet paper and do it so hard that he could break his neck in the process when he was only jumping 4 feet. That's one impressive feat. I hope the New York State correctional system fixes that oversight with the blankets, the toilet paper blankets, and they start using the single ply, the really sandpaper poly stuff you find at truck stops. I think that's a good security improvement they should do to make sure no one tries to kill themselves in this fashion again.
I'm not buying that story, but
I thought it was funny how they blamed it on black women, like the guards. They were like, it's black women. That way, subconsciously, a lot of America would go, oh, makes sense.
The guards were black women?
Yeah, the ones that supposedly fell asleep or whatever that are being charged. Yeah.
I guess I shouldn't be shocked. There's a lot of sassy black women in the correctional industry.
Weren't even employees, and there's this. I mean, it's all a mess. But I mean, it doesn't matter. Nothing's ever going to happen with it. It's show's over, folks. There's no reason for anybody to do anything about it, and they won't.
Well,
so.
Also, the woman that was in charge of running the facility was a black woman. That was a diversity hire.
Well, I mean, I just think that it's funny that they end up being black women, so that just on a subconscious level, most of the people that are kind of on the fence about the whole thing are just going to a little bit more go, oh, maybe the official story does make sense. Maybe they did fall asleep because, well, that's their racism, all right? Because they're racists. So it's well played by the Clinton family. I like that they can pull something that subtle off. The CIA is just fucking incredible, really.
Oh yeah, the CIA is top. You know, the CIA right now has spooks trained watching my fucking apartment. And I know that because I'm several steps away from the Parliament building where their goons have been holding a permanent sit-in for the past month. They've got tents and everything. They're pissed off. You know, they've got all the fucking U.S. flags. It's a really great time. They aren't blocking the road anymore, so that's nice.
Well, yeah. Books are terrible, though. John, you like to read shit.
Yes, I do.
When was the last thing you read?
Last thing I read was, I'm not kidding, Day of the Rope by Devin Stack.
Is that any good? I mean, I like Devin Stack's videos.
Actually, it was technically I listened to it because I just got that Audible.com thing, and they give you 2 free books. Actually, no, that's not the last one. The last one I read is the Coming Civil War by, how do you say it? Kaczynski? I don't know how to pronounce his fucking name.
By Ted Kaczynski?
No, yeah, it sounds like Ted Kaczynski, but it's not. It's called The Coming Civil War. I have it, and I'm not finished with it. I'm only about halfway through.
Huh. What's scintillating topic? I'm sure is that book about?
Well, it's actually an analysis. It's actually kind of highbrow. It's just an analysis of the political polarization that's been ongoing in the United States, and showing how a country that's divided so much along, racial, ethnic, linguistic, political lines can't really sustain itself.
So it's like Day of the Rope, then?
Well, the Day of the Rope's fiction.
It's fiction? I didn't know that.
The Day of the Rope is fiction, but the Coming Civil War is nonfiction. That's
Day of the Rope. That's such an on the nose title.
Yeah, but the Day of the Rope is actually, what I didn't like about it is it's book 1, and I hate when they do that shit. So it ends like on a.
Oh, he's writing sequels.
Well, he doesn't even say if he's gonna write a sequel. He just says, if you like this, whatever. But it ends like there's no conclusion. It ends like in the middle of shit still happening. So I don't like when they do that.
Continued.
Yeah, so I was a little disappointed that it ends, and it's like, well, all right, now what? So.
Well, hopefully it doesn't end up like fucking A Song of Ice and Fire. I mean, George R.R. Martin is probably going to die before that fucking series is completed.
I'm going to write a book called Day of the Joke.
Day of the Joke.
Day of the Joke.
That's gonna be Brian's autobiography.
Yeah.
Your life is a joke. That'll be.
Yeah.
And the only reason that we're going to have that as the title is because Amazon won't allow us to put the N-word in the title.
That's true.
Because otherwise it was just going to be N-word. Like that was going to be the title.
Well, I mean,
we're pulling like a reverse G. Gordon Liddy with it.
Ideally, what you do, I mean, I want to write a series of 6 young adult novels and have the titles of each one start with each letter of the word. So, like the first one an N. And then so on, and that way, when you put it on your bookshelf at the end, you're like, oh no, that'll be a good day. It's gonna be really liberal based and inclusive and all of this under a pseudonym of a female Jewish woman being the author, and then I'll trick them, and then the
protagonist will be like a disabled black transsexual.
Yes, that'll be great.
Sounds scintillating, like Animorphs, R.L. Stine, Step Aside. We've got a new name in the world of young adult fiction.
R.L. Stine kicks ass, dude. I read all of that shit growing up. It was like Say Cheese and Die and all that shit. Fuck yeah. Books don't get any better than that.
I vaguely remember those. I don't remember them that clearly, other than like liking some of them.
Oh, they're fucking dumb.
Like, wait, yeah, you wrote Goosebumps, right?
Yeah, the Goosebumps series, man. They're fucking stupid, but like they're for in elementary school kids.
Yeah, there was some other author who wrote like the Choose Your Own Adventure novels. I think did he write some of those? I could have sworn there was a horror series that was like Choose Your Own Adventure.
Probably there was a lot of those.
Yeah, I remember one ending with like an old lady who's going to cook kids' knees, but she calls them kidneys or something dumb like that. That was mind blowing for a kid. That was some real retro shit right there. Zoomers are not going to appreciate the delicate nature of being able to choose your own, choose how the story ends in a book. In a book, that's so mind blowing, guys. In a book.
Yeah, but video games do it better, and I do even like Bandersnatch did the choose your own adventure thing. So it's like, take this L, books. Sorry.
What's Bandersnatch?
Black Mirror Bandersnatch, the choose your own adventure Netflix movie, came out during the summer.
Oh, Black Mirror. Isn't that the series with like the two black guys who like go into VR and have sex with each other?
In that one episode, the best episode they've ever made. Yes, that does happen.
I still need to
weird, that fucking episode, man. That was some trippy shit.
It was fucking awesome. It was like I wrote it. I loved it.
I have not seen that yet. I still need to see that.
It's so incredible.
That kind of made me uncomfortable, though. I don't know. I have trouble watching gayness.
Dude, it's so fucking awesome. It's the best thing. And then when they like meet up and they're gonna fight, like after they're like, it's so funny, dude. I fucked a polar bear and I couldn't get you out of my mind. I love it. Oh, that was the best thing. I was dying laughing the whole goddamn episode. I couldn't shut up about it for just ever. It's still the best episode that's ever been made, ever, dude. Oh God, I'm gonna make a new drink.
Now I'm just thinking of like Brokeback Mountain. Now I'm thinking of like Twilight Zone in that episode where the couple goes and gets like their bodies exchanged for young bodies.
Oh yeah, that was a good episode. It was just the husband did it because they didn't have enough money to get there for her.
Yeah, but it has a happy ending because he decides to like exchange his body back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also like the episode of the masks.
The episode with the what?
The episode of the masks. Like this fucking old dude in New Orleans is dying, and like his family is visiting them because they all want a piece of the estate. And it's like Mardi Gras. So like as part of like the will,
the mask.
They all have to wear the masks, these like grotesque masks. And like at the end of the show, as it turns out, like the masks turn into their faces. So they all get the rich and they all get the guy's estate, but they're all going to go around looking like deformed freaks for the rest of their lives. But like one of them is like super vain, and like the other one is like fat and obese and gluttonous, and one is greedy, etc. Well, they're all greedy.
Yeah, but the thing is, what the old guy didn't realize is that plastic surgery would come around, and then if you're that rich, you can just.
I don't know. You can't fucking like. Well, I guess you can. I've seen some pretty grotesque stuff. Women are big into that now, like the reconstructive surgery. Well, I guess they already have been, but like they're trying to push the expiration date. They're trying to push the expiration date, which I don't like at all. But yeah, that was good. That was some good stuff. I've not seen Black Mirror. I don't really watch a lot of TV or movies just because I don't have the time. I'm more like I said, more of a video game person.
More like that. More into porn.
Fuck you. No, it's yeah, don't participate in Destroy Your Dick December, guys. Like if the first thing you did on December 1st is come, you missed the point entirely.
I always thought that no fap shit was pretty gay, though.
People take it a little too seriously, but like some people do. But like it's a good goal. It's a good goal to not. Ancient fucking Taoist wisdom. A man's seed is his life force, and the more you ejaculate, the weaker you become.
It depends whose face you're ejaculating on. I don't know.
Women are vampires. They are cum vampires. Like literally, they only exist to steal a man's essence, which is why they get so pissed off when they can't get it. Have you ever been with a woman and you couldn't come for whatever reason? The bitch will lose her fucking mind.
Yeah, but that has happened to me, and I've actually faked orgasms because of that.
Yeah, it's happened to me too. I've never had to fake an orgasm. I've just been honest about it. And the bitch will either lose her mind, or she'll fucking like act. Well, they always lose their mind, but they'll either blame me or they'll act like something's wrong with them. Because women think
it's an ego thing. Like, why can't
women think their pussies are literally made of gold? They think all they have to do is show up and like be attractive, and that's like enough. And like it's not in many cases.
I blame you when I can't come. That's what I do too. I blame you. I'm honest with him. I'm like, this is Matt Forney's fault.
What?
That's what I do. And then your mom is, she's like, I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
I was gonna say, if you're thinking about me during sex, that's pretty gay, dude.
Well, it's your mom. You guys kind of look similar. It's hard for me to not, pops into my mind a little bit.
Okay, be right back. I'm gonna book a plane ticket to Cincinnati to visit Bryden.
Yeah, you can visit your mom while she's here too. One step ahead of the game, always.
But yeah, that's what I think is like the most important takeaway from something like No Nut November. Like, don't fucking base your opinion of life around women, because women are fucking insane and stupid.
Yeah, you should base your life around the thoughts of other men written down in books. That's far less gay. Right, Matt? Tell me. Oh, what did another man say to you that was so interesting today, Matt? Please tell me.
So you're telling me, Brian, like every thought you've had is like an original one?
Yes.
You're like a walking philosopher.
Yeah. Most philosophers can walk. But then again, Matt, what is walking, right? Got to think about that one. I'm a heavy hitter over here, dude. I got thoughts for days. Just heavy thoughts.
I wonder if Socrates farted a lot.
I imagine everybody did.
No, but like, there's farting and then there's farting. There's a and then there's the kind that just forms a cloud of obnoxiousness buzzing around you.
And silent but deadly.
It just sits there. It just sits there like a red mist descending from the heavens.
I mean, what was their diet like, right? It was a bunch of like grains and fruits and shit like that. So it's like probably, it's probably a stinky place.
A lot of olive oil, I believe.
Yeah. So.
Well, they ate a lot of meat too.
Sure. So you could. I mean, it was probably a stinky place.
Oh yeah, and they also like had a lot of anal sex. So that probably had something to do with it.
There you go.
Loose sphincters sink ships.
Yeah, there's probably a lot of I mean, I just imagine like everything in the past probably just smelled like shit. That's just kind of how I view the past. It's like a bunch of like plague and tuberculosis, and then like smelled really bad, and then eventually like the world got better, but everybody just had polio. And then, like, now we're here, and it's like, HPV and, cancel culture. So it's like the world's never been good. Now you can get, like, things that, they had incense back then. I just imagine it probably smells a little bit better in some places than it used to.
Yeah, I mean, I remember reading that basically like during like Middle Ages and like early Renaissance Europe, people didn't like to bathe for some reason. So like when colonists initially, European explorers initially came to the New World, like the Indians' complaint about like the Europeans was that they all just fucking stank, like they just smelled so bad.
Probably. They've been on a boat.
Well, yeah, they were on a boat and they just didn't bathe as a general rule because they thought it attracted bad spirits or some shit.
White people are fucking retarded.
Yeah, but yeah, we don't we bathe a lot more now. But then again, I see shit like creeping in from the edges, indicating a return to our barbarity. My favorite is now that people apparently don't know how to fucking feed themselves. There was that trend a little while back of like orange crushing, where like people would like get in the shower and like eat orange by like stomping on it with their feet because they are apparently too fucking lazy to peel it.
Well, no. See, I don't know anything about stomping on it with your feet, but a shower orange, if you peel the whole thing off and you eat it, kind of like a hand fruit, and you just, you let it just, like, eat it like that, because the juices just flow away. And for some reason, a warm orange isn't that bad. So, I've had a couple shower oranges. I don't really eat fruit, though. I don't really see the point.
Well, they weren't peeling it properly. That was my observation. Jimmy, it's like, I don't know. I don't eat oranges and stuff that has to be peeled because I am fucking lazy. But I'm not going to take an orange into the shower and be like, and smash it against the wall like a caveman.
That sounds fun, though. I'd do that.
But you don't eat fruit, Bryden?
No, I just don't really. There's a lot of fruit I don't like. Like vegetables, I like. Just not. Like fruit juice, I like fruit juices, but it's like, what am I going to eat? A fucking, an orange? No. I'll just have orange juice.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't eat a lot of fruits because I'm actually allergic to a lot of them. I can eat apples and pears and bananas, and that's pretty much it. If I try to eat like a peach, my gums will be itching for hours for some reason.
Who the fuck eats pears?
Pears are awesome, dude.
Just eat an apple. Quit being different.
Pears are so much tastier because they're easier to bite into.
No. Pears taste better than apples.
No, they don't. They taste like sand.
And have you ever had pear juice?
No. I got a juicer. Maybe I'll pick up some pears and juice some pears.
Pear juice is fantastic. There's like Minute Maid has their own like brand in Europe called Cappy, and they have like a pear juice that is just fantastic. Like you can taste like the pulp in it.
Right now, I'm just on Minute Man juice though, and I'm thinking that'd be a great juicer. It's like juice your fruits in under a minute with the Minute Man juicer, and it's like all patriotic and shit. And Sean Hannity gives plugs for it. He does reads on his show. And then I'll be a millionaire, and then I'll hang out with the Simply Safe guy and the My Pillow dude.
The Minute Man juicer, declaratively awesome.
Yeah. Now I just need to get a juicer that juices everything in under a minute.
Well, the Minute Man, isn't that what your girlfriend calls you, Bryden?
Ha ha ha! Shut up.
Come on, you walked into that one.
Why don't you walk off a pier? Go eat a pear, nerd.
It's going right off the rails.
No, pears taste like shit. They taste like sand. It's like next you're gonna tell me you like beets.
Beets do taste like dirt. That is true.
Beets are good if you juice them. Beet juice is pretty good.
Beet juice is
That's
gross.
good for you, but beets taste like dirt.
And then they describe them on the restaurant menu. It's like, oh, our beet salad has an earthy undertone. It's like earthy just means dirt. Try to dress it up, put some fucking blue cheese or some goat cheese on there, and you know what? Half the time, they take that same cheese, that same nasty fucking blue cheese shit, put that on a pear salad, and they're like, "Oh, we've soaked some pears in some balsamic vinaigrette for 3 days. Here's some sour ass goat cheese on some spinach. Spinach is also disgusting."
The thing about beets, if you ever eat beets, you get this, and you forgot you've eaten them earlier in the day, and then after you go to the bathroom, you freak out and you think you're dying.
Yeah. You can.
You don't like spinach, Brian? Do you like anything?
Yeah. I used to like spinach. My taste changed. I don't like spinach anymore. Yeah, spinach is gross.
Raw spinach is gross. If it's cooked, it's good.
Yeah, like in a spanakopita is pretty good. Yeah, but then you got like that all that flaky. What's that stuff called? Phyllo dough. That's good. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I like spinach, but only if it's cooked. I can't stand like those spinach salads and shit like that. I hate the way those taste.
Well, spinach, that's what happened to Popeye. You know, his proportions all kinds of fucked up.
Yeah.
I started using spinach in my salads just because it's easier to get here than lettuce, or at least it's easier to get good spinach than good lettuce because the lettuce is all like yellow and shit.
Well, that's why they invented iceberg lettuce so it would last longer, but your body doesn't like break it down properly or something like that.
I have never seen iceberg lettuce here.
Right, because it's not a natural thing. It's like because romaine lettuce goes bad quickly, and iceberg lettuce lasts for like fucking months in the fridge.
So it's a frankenfood.
Yeah, iceberg lettuce was like the first frankenfood.
I didn't know
But
that.
apparently they found out that your body doesn't digest it properly or something, and it causes weird digestive problems.
Huh. Yeah, okay. Well, I don't know. Iceberg lettuce is the most fun to deal with, though, to prep, because you get to take the thing, and then you smash it down, and then you pull it out. You smash the stem down against the cutting board. That's fun as hell.
I'm getting the impression that Bryden has a lot of repressed rage because he likes smashing things.
Everybody likes smashing shit, dude. That's the best part of the iceberg lettuce. You take that and you smash it down, and then it's cool because it comes out. It's like the opposite of pomegranates, which are just not fun at all to prep.
Who eats pomegranates?
People eat pomegranates. I don't really know what for. You got to spit all those damn seeds out. And then I found out there's a contingent of people on the internet that chew and eat the damn seeds. That's disgusting.
What?
Yeah, people eat the seeds, man.
That's like eating a peanut shell.
Yeah, well, people eat sunflower seed shells too, which I don't understand. Like, it's like, it's like you're shitting.
Is that safe?
Yeah. You just be shitting barbed wire later, you know, it's just.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, it would tear your asshole open.
Right. It's not good.
I want to look down the toilet and see nothing but red.
Yeah,
that's gross.
Well, it's like you could go to the doctor and you're like, "Doctor, do I have an ulcer?" And he's like, "No. It seems you've been eating sunflower seeds. Do I also have to tell you not to eat glass, you fucking idiot?" Now I'm just mad. There's a lot of foods that are not good, and people just still walk around eating them shamelessly.
Welcome to the food cast.
Yeah, well, I mean, you got to have good food if you're going to have some good water.
What is your favorite vegetable, Bryden?
Carrot.
That's a surprise.
Love carrot juice. Love carrot juice. Think it's great.
Oh, I like carrots too.
Why is that surprising? What did you think it was going to be?
I was thinking it would be like celery.
Celery juice is really good.
Oh, celery juice is nasty. What the fuck are you talking about?
Dude, you got to mix it in there with stuff. You can't
Oh,
just
no,
go.
yeah, that it's okay. No, I've done blending with celery, but
Yeah.
just celery by itself. Like if you put too many stalks of celery in there,
Too bitter.
I'd say it's vicious, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it's too bitter. You can't do just celery, but like it's a good filler. It's apparently good for your heart or some shit either. So I don't know.
Yeah, but it's it's by itself is just fucking nasty.
Well, most things by themselves is pretty gross, except for carrot juice. But you know, like even orange juice by itself, too harsh, man. You got to put some vodka in it.
Actually, I watered down my orange juice. I actually am drinking a combo of orange juice and water right now.
Really? I haven't tried that. Does it like help with the acidity of it?
It's just because it's too fucking. Actually, you know what's the best is seltzer water and orange juice.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can see that for
What
sure.
kind of orange juice are you drinking, John? I've never had to dilute orange juice. Like, is it like the fresh
really-
stuff, or is it like something that's like pasteurized?
It's pasteurized, like Tropicana shit. Like, you know.
Do you does everyone have severe heartburn except for me?
Probably, but we're prettier than you.
I that's debatable.
Not really.
Listen, pal. Do they not sell mirrors in Europe? Ooh, got you, dumbass. Ooh, got you, dumbass. Ooh, got
They
you,
sell
dumbass.
mirrors.
Oh, school. School.
They sell mirrors here, Brian, but there's one thing that you can't buy anywhere, and that's height.
Mm.
Are you a manlet, Brian?
Yeah, I'm 5'6".
I'm 5'10", so I got you there, Brian.
Listen, anything under 6'2", I know the rules. All right, and you know what? It's a good thing that I didn't want to be tall anyway, because then I couldn't drive a smart car. So there you go, bud.
What is a smart car?
It's my car. It's my tiny little car. You've seen my tiny little car.
No, I haven't.
Oh, yeah, I got a tiny little smart car. I've had that forever. It's great for parking. You can park 2 of them in a normal parking spot. It's pretty neat.
So you decide that because you're a comedian, you should drive around in a literal
clown car, yeah, little clown car, yeah. And it was cheap.
Is it an electric car?
No, I wish it was, but no, the gas. You have to use the premium gas on it, so I don't really save any money on that. And then anytime I have to have any maintenance done to it, it uses Mercedes parts, so it's even more expensive.
What the fuck kind of car is this?
Oh, it's a nightmare of a car, is what it is.
How many people does it fit?
Two.
Interesting.
Why do you have to use Mercedes parts?
Because they're the ones that made it, I guess. They're the people that made it. It sucks. I didn't know that when I got it. I was like, yeah, it's great gas mileage, sort of, and I'm gonna, yeah, and then it's premium fucking, 91 or better octane I got to use, and then, God forbid anything goes wrong with it. Like, last time I had to do something on it was pretty recently, and luckily I got a deal on it. It only cost me $1,100. And that was a sad day for me.
That's practically free.
Right. Yeah, it fucking sucks. Hey, good thing I still haven't paid it off, huh? Right? Yay.
Yeah, I always buy my new cars with cash.
Look at Mr. fucking 2 Chainz over here.
Yeah, I mean, John, your car actually got stolen a few months ago, right?
It was a year ago.
Oh,
More than a year ago.
That was a few months ago, 12.
Yeah. Yeah, no, my car was stolen, but it wasn't as heartbreaking as you'd think because it was 18 years old, but I had bought it new.
At least it was legal.
So I went out and I bought another new car.
Wait, they just never found it? You're just out of luck?
Oh no, they found it, but it was trashed.
It looked like the dude's car in The Big Lebowski.
It was like they had ripped everything out of it, even the head seats. It was the cops had to impound it because it was filled with stolen property from their other robberies, and it was filled with drug needles. And so, like, when the detective called me, he goes, "You better get it professionally detailed because I don't know if we got all the needles out of it, and just to be safe, you know." And I didn't want the car after that.
Well, damn. Yeah, you risk contracting AIDS every time you drive down to the grocery store.
Yeah, it's so I was like, fuck that. So I got it back, and they also scratched up the fender. It was just, so I just went and I bought a new car.
That fucking sucks.
Geez, Seattle sounds pretty dangerous these days. That kind of shit's happening.
It's not. There's a huge amount of property crime in Seattle. There's not a lot of violent crime, but as far as like breaking it, like stealing cars, just property crime, it's like that documentary I've mentioned whenever anyone's had me on a show. Seattle is Dying. You can watch it on YouTube.
The one about the homeless people.
Yeah, that's what caused it's drugs. And what happens is because we have such liberal faggots here on the city government that they pretty much have told the police to stand down and don't enforce any of the you can't. I mean, if you have heroin and it's less than like fucking a pound, they just look the other way.
I gotta move to Seattle and just be a professional heroin addict and thief. That sounds great.
Yeah, and the cops are now. I have a buddy of mine that's a deputy sheriff, and like they're told that they can't even enter there's all these homeless little camps that they've set out throughout the city, and the cops are told they can't go in there. Wow. So they could see like a fucking drug deal going down, and the drug dealers know this, right? So that's where they go, and also people come here from all over the country because apparently the nickname of Seattle among these fucking vagrants is Freeattle because there's so many cats here.
Oh man, I just thought of this too. It's got the Space Needle, huh? I mean, why wouldn't it be the heroin place?
Yeah,
that's great.
All the bums are being diverted from Portland.
Probably, yeah. Portland is no picnic either. I don't go to Portland. Portland is fucking nasty. I mean, there's nothing. Sucks. Portland has no redeeming qualities at all.
It has Voodoo Donut. That's redeeming, I think.
It has that. It also has more strip clubs per capita than anywhere else in the country.
But it has the ugliest fucking women, man. You see, Portland women look. I mean, I thought Seattle chicks are pretty fucking bland, but Portland are.
And strip clubs suck.
Yeah. Well, there's this one.
Anyway.
There's a vegan strip club that has vegan nachos that I ate. The vegan nachos at, and we just.
Eat food at a strip club, man.
Yeah, I know, it was like really gross, but I was like, this is hilarious. So gotta eat nachos at a strip club.
I had a friend of mine who used to go to those. Like he's a big car guy, and he goes to these like car swap meets down in Portland, and he's like, yeah, they have this all you can eat buffet at the strip club. I was like, dude, a fucking buffet at a strip club?
I never understood the point of strip clubs. I mean, if you're gonna fucking like pay like for women like in that fashion, like, and you're not having sex, I don't see what the fucking point is. Ooh, they're naked. Like, you can get naked online.
Deal. Yeah, I mean, if I can't fuck it, don't show it to me. You know, I mean, that's just.
The last time I was in a strip club was a few months ago. I was in Poland. One of my friends was getting married, and we were having a bachelor party. And you gotta go to a strip club. So I was already pretty drunk at that point. So we showed up at the strip club, and I am pretty sure I had all the fucking women descending on me as soon as they found out I was American. Because, they're all like, American, he's got money. So I just acted like an absolute dick to them until they just left me alone with, like, the one other American in the group. And we were just sitting there sullenly while everyone was fucking throwing away money on these. They weren't even particularly good-looking women. Like, Polish women are not that attractive. They're big in the chest, but not so much in the face.
Oh, you like girls with big faces?
I like girls who don't look like their faces were molded from butter.
I like them big face gals. Big face girl, you make the rockin' world go round. It's the way to go, man.
But at least there wasn't a fucking like entry fee or whatever. I would have gone ape shit at that.
I don't know. I mean, strip clubs are. I haven't been to one in 6-7 years probably, and I've only been to. Technically 2 evenings I've been to a strip club, but they're a neat little relic of the past, I suppose. I mean, it's just something funny to joke about more than anything. Because it's like, there are women that have to be strippers, and that's really funny to me.
Well, growing up, one of my best friend's dads managed a strip club, so I used to go. I mean, underage, I used to go, so that was kind of funny.
Yeah, I could see that being fun if you're under 18, because then you're like, yeah, this is...
Under 21, you're supposed to be 21 to go in, because they served liquor. And I think that's the reason why Portland has so many strip clubs, is because they don't serve booze in their strip clubs, or at least some of them, so they can have girls. The strippers only have to be 18. They don't have to be 21.
Well, okay, see, when I went, it was like the only place to drink was strip clubs. And then there was one that we went to that had strippers that were that were like 18. They were under 21 or whatever, and they were off in like a separate part of this one place, and we're like in a cage, and I just thought that was weird.
In a cage.
They were
lotion. It puts on the lotion and puts it in the basket.
Yeah, I mean they were just in a cage, and that was odd.
Well, I could dig a strip club like that if they keep them in cages.
I mean, it's what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? I can't imagine anything like that is gonna last too much terribly longer. Like 50 years from now, it's gonna be like, why? Why would you do that? Because they're gonna legalize just like prostitution at some point anyway, like nationwide, and
because sex workers are workers.
Oh, that's what I hear. And then they'll have a sex workers union, and then that'll be. I can't wait for him to go and testify before Congress, which will be really good. Just like these beat ass hoes talking about how their safety is in danger, and we need like laws to protect whores. That's gonna be fucking awesome. I can't wait for that.
Well, I don't know I think the feminists might be against that legalizing prostitution because they don't like the They don't like men just being able to pay for it then, because it meant the value of their pussy would go down.
No.
They might meet some resistance.
No, you're
you got
wrong.
all these communist sex workers now.
Yeah, they're totally on. But you would think like like sex workers wouldn't be communists, but whatever. I mean, that's just what's in style. But no, that's what that whole sex work thing is. And 99% of the people who say that they're a sex worker are just fucking cam girls, you know. But yeah, that's what that whole sex work thing is. Like the feminists are on board with that now because apparently it's empowering to contract herpes.
Oh yeah, and then again, they get super pissed off at sex work is work. I'm rolling my fucking eyes, but
I mean, I'll bet if I had to do sex work for a day, I'd come home and be pretty tired, you know.
Yeah.
It's like you know, it's a hard day's night. And I've been fucking all these pogs. I like to imagine I'm a high-class gigolo in that scenario that caters only to fat-ass white girls. But,
and not a homosexual who caters to those with a manlet fetish.
No, yeah, it would probably be like old Saudi men, yeah.
Tag the sponsor, baby.
That's some necro shit. I haven't heard about them in years. You know about this, Bryden? The Dubai porta potties?
No.
You're in for a treat. A few years back, there was this website called Tag the Sponsor that exposed.
Uh-oh. Well, you're muted.
I lost you.
Nice. I think he unplugged his.
I'm
there you
here.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, that's my bad. How did that work? But anyway, there are all these Instagram models who were posting pictures of their fancy cars and like all these trips they were taking. The reason they were getting the money because they were getting paid by Saudi sheiks to fly out to Dubai, where these oil sheiks would like poop on their faces, have them put salmon in their vaginas, and do all this gross shit. And they get paid like $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 for this, for like one trip.
I mean, that's awesome, dude. Can you imagine you just like a Saudi sheik and you're just like, I've run out of shit to do. I've put gold on everything I own. Do you want to poop on some American girl's face? That sounds like
that's
something...
literally what it was. They literally ran out of shit to do, so that's why they got off on this. I
like what Delicious Tacos had to say about it. It's like, I'm paraphrasing it. These are like some of the wealthiest men who've ever lived. They're heirs to a great civilization. They have all this wealth, and they use it to shit on whores. Just burn all the history books and all the literature. Tag the sponsors. All you need to understand human beings.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't call these people human. I mean, they're not white. I mean, they're, you know.
Whoa, disavow.
Whoa, bud.
I mean, you kind of got a broad definition of what's human there, Matt, you know.
Jeez. Whoo-wee.
I mean, I'm guessing like if Bryden had all that kind of money, that's not what he'd use it for, but.
No, I would buy a small country and like just have fun with all of those people, and I'd try to get a seat at the UN, and then it would be all this just to meet Donald Trump. It would be pretty good. I'd have a whole Brydonia. I mean, we wouldn't have like electricity or anything, and I would totally be a despot. I mean, it would be, you know, it would be trouble. I'd do way worse things probably than pooping on someone. They wish that I could poop onto their face, but my small little army, my tiny little island, North Korea type of deal. Oh man, I'd be the only guy with internet, and then
let's take over the Pitcairn Islands and do it there.
Well, I don't know who that is, but
the Pitcairn Islands are like this very isolated island chain in the South Pacific. That's a British overseas territory. They have a population of 50 people. Most of them are descended from the bounty mutineers back in the 1800s. And also, it has the highest per capita rate of child molestation in the world.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah. The last three mayors they've had were all convicted of either possessing child porn or raping kids.
Okay, well, see now my idea is starting to sound a little more like I'm not as bad of a dictator as I was thinking of being. Because I'm not going to do that. I was thinking more I'll just get like 10,000 people and then rule with an iron fist and then like put them all in boats and pretend to go invade Florida, but just sit there, and just kind of be an asshole on Twitter until Trump agrees to have an audience with me. And then we'll open up a trade deal. It'll be the best trade deal that anybody's ever seen. It'll be a magnificent, tremendous trade deal. And we'll give them, like, I don't know, bananas or whatever it is we grow on our island.
Yeah, the Pitcairn Islands has manganese, so I think you can sell them manganese. I'm not sure what manganese is, but I think it's valuable.
Are you sure it's not magnesium?
No, it's manganese.
It's manganese. It's an element like iron or it's a mineral.
Oh, like fire or ice, earth or wind.
No, it's a mineral like you need it in your diet.
Earth, wind, and fire.
It's a trace mineral.
But the band.
Well, you also need earth, wind, and fire in your diet.
Yeah, you can never have enough fire.
Yeah, fun stuff. So like that's what I'd be doing with that insane amount of money. I would just raise an army of child soldiers and take over the Pitcairn Islands.
So, yeah, but I mean, no, I'm not into the child soldier thing. We have
they're so eager to fight, though.
No, they're not really. They're not, and they make shitty soldiers. I mean, they're kind of hard to hit, but other than that, they just man, Okay, two things. This is depressing. Child soldiers, and then weaponized civilians. Oh god, dude, both those things make my skin crawl about how fucked up everything is.
I'm guessing you're not a fan of General Butt Naked, then.
That name is kind of cool.
Yeah, he was a leader in like the Liberian Civil War who led a platoon of child soldiers who went into battle completely naked, aside from wearing wigs and lipstick and carrying women's purses. And when they were done sacking a village, they would like cut some heads off of the people they'd killed and play soccer with them.
That's okay. Buffalo Bill had an army. That's fucking hilarious, dude.
Yeah, and before they invaded a village, they would just like kidnap some random kid and like sacrifice him to Satan.
Not that part.
And drink his blood.
Not as. Well, you can't drink blood. You get fucking kuru.
The reason these guys went into battle naked is because they thought that being naked would protect them from bullets.
That lines up. That logic lines up.
Yes. And General Butt Naked claimed he did all this because when he was 11 years old, he got a telephone call from the devil.
Nice.
Telling him to do all this stuff.
That was just somebody on the internet on Skype.
Well, it was back in the 80s, so.
Oh, so it was the CIA.
Yeah, and then in the 90s, he claimed he got a telephone call from God telling him to repent, and now he's a Pentecostal preacher.
You get to be a Pentecostal preacher after all of that?
Apparently he runs his own ministry.
I mean, because I think it's like kind of rough that DMX is now our preacher, and it's like, okay, fine, but he repented. I guess he didn't do anything that bad. My man's got 14 kids and stuff, but...
Have you heard of Jesus?
I like to imagine this guy's Sunday sermons are rather awkward because he's got people. His army purportedly killed at least 20,000 people during this Liberian Civil War.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of relatives of the people he killed just still around.
And he did all that bare ass naked in lipstick and a wig.
Yep.
And we're supposed to let these people into the girls' bathroom. Really? I'm gonna bring that one up.
When do we get to make fun of the Christians?
I mean, go ahead.
We kind of are, aren't we?
Yeah, we got to get rid of the Christians.
No.
Disavow.
I mean, go ahead, make fun of them. But I don't want to. Because, I mean, think about it. You get rid of the Christians, then who the fuck are you left with? A bunch of Fedora-tipping fucking asshole atheism Reddit users and Muslims.
And the occasional pagan.
No, white Sharia.
I'm pagan, so.
You son of a bitch. That meme was supposed to have died in 2017, and here you go necroing it. I don't know. No, I mean, you'd be left with Muslims and atheists, and both are... fucking irritable people to me, and they both dress funny because it's like the Muslims, they have the trash bags that they wear, and then you got the atheist that is like, never wear a shirt that has a slogan on it that's supposed to be funny unless you're doing it ironically, and then I can never tell if anybody's doing it ironically. So you don't know. You're gonna run around with a shirt that says "Can't sleep, clowns will eat me." Oh God.
Well, I do own a shirt that says I they said I could be anything, so I chose to be awesome.
Oh, that's fucking gay.
I do own that, ironically.
That's gay, dude. I didn't realize this. When I was probably 10, I don't think my mom realized this either. When I was probably 10, my mother got me a shirt that said, "I'm big in Japan." So she didn't realize what that meant. I didn't realize what that meant. I didn't even realize that until I like read the thing the other day, like the slogan "I'm big in Japan" the other day. Clearly, it's talking about penis size. And my mother got me this. I was 10.
I was going to be generous and just assume that she was making fun of you for being short.
That's what I was thinking.
I thought that it was like, like, oh, I'm famous in Japan type of like, ha, it's funny. But no, "I'm big in Japan" totally is a penis reference. And I was walking around 10 years old wearing that shit. My mom would not have gotten that had she known.
Well, how do you deal with the fact that having a small penis? Like, has that been an issue for you, or?
It's not an issue for me because, it's fine. It's fine for me. I'm okay with it. How do you deal with it?
I never really had a problem. I've kind of had the other thing.
Because you're a virgin?
Yeah, I'm a virgin.
Virgin. Beta male.
He's saving himself for marriage, John is.
Yes, I'm saving myself for marriage.
I wouldn't hold your breath.
But you're both Irish, so not exactly a group known for their large penile girth.
That's not
true.
true.
Can I send you some dick pics, or?
No.
You should do that. You should definitely send him dick pics.
Well, how am I going to know it's not your dick and just some random dick you found on the internet?
I've seen
your tabs, John. I know what you look at after hours.
My what'd you say? My tab?
Your browser tabs.
Oh, my browser tabs.
I've seen your history.
My history. Okay. That tranny boy thing though. That wasn't me.
I know your movements and I have access to your pets.
Do you know his movements? Why are you keeping tabs on when my man poops?
It's actually a quote from a book.
Oh, well, that's why I don't know that shit. When's the movie come out?
I don't think it's ever been adapted into a movie.
You know what they should adapt to a movie? What's like the most boring book that they haven't adapted to a movie already?
Christ. I've read too many boring books to really, really think of a joke here.
Yeah, that'd be good, though. Whatever book that is, you guys can fill in the blank on that one. And whatever book you found the most boring, what if they made a movie of that book? Huh? What if they made a movie of... I was going to say Atlas Shrugged, but they did that. The Road to Surf...
movies out of that.
Did anyone watch that movie? It was like...
I watched the trailer for the first one, and I was like, this is gay.
Yeah, I remember the trailer, but I don't think anyone actually saw the movie.
I still to this day just think it's awesome that Ayn Rand is just like, and the poor people should be killed. And like her, I can't imagine like her and Margaret Thatcher just wet as shit over just poor people. That's just too funny.
Ayn Rand, Jewish, you know.
Yeah, and then Isn't Margaret Thatcher probably had some in her? Because I like her idea of what was it called, the poll tax? She's like, and everybody has to pay 35,000 British money in taxes, and it's like I don't think a lot of people even make that. She goes, I don't give a shit. I'm a mean woman. That was fucking awesome. I love those just fuck you ideas. Like that's incredible. We haven't had a real fuck you idea coming from a politician in a while.
I mean, but going back to Ayn Rand, like, My Life with Ayn Rand is way more interesting than anything she actually wrote. It was written by Nathaniel Branden, who was like the 19-year-old that she like coerced into a sexual relationship when she was in her 50s.
Yeah, and she stole him away from another one of her devotee followers.
Oh, but they still remain friends though, because the Ayn Rand circle was nothing like a cult. My favorite story was how, like, after Ayn Rand discovered that Brandon was cheating on her with like a younger woman because like she was in her 60s, like she summoned a meeting of like the objectivist circle, punched Brandon in the face several times, and then excommunicated him, and then cursed him by saying that he would be impotent for the next 10 years. That worked out, and he was still in love with her when she died.
Well, he actually split from her organization and started his own.
Yeah, the Nathaniel Branden Institute or something or other. I don't give a shit about his gay fucking psychology, but the story is fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
I think that was adapted into a movie. Yeah, it was.
Really?
There was a.
They actually made a movie about that fucking dumpster fire.
Yeah, there was a. I think it was like on Cinemax or something, and it starred Helen Mirren as Ayn Rand.
Oh, Helen Mirren. All right. Well, that didn't look exactly like Anne. Ayn Rand was a fucking ugly bitch, man.
She was probably crazy in the sack, though, if you go by the books. Like, every sex scene in her novel is, like, basically just rape.
I never read that shit.
Nobody read Atlas Shrugged.
Yeah, because, I mean, you gotta be Atlas to pick up some fucking that thick-ass dumb bullshit. Hey, there just aren't that many good books. Like, everything is just too long or too boring. Like, I mean, probably the last good book that was written was a couple of years ago. Because everything... Well, no, I'll bet now books just have emojis in them, huh?
Yeah, there was a book to that effect from Tyrant last year called "Literally Show Me a Healthy Person," and it was just printouts of tweets from this one dumb bitch.
That's awesome, though.
It's not awesome because she sucks. She's not funny.
Well, I'm thinking if we just, like, printed out all of Spicky's tweets and just made it into a book and didn't give him a fucking dime of it. Like, I'm pretty sure I own Spicky's life rights at some point during my time working with him. I'm pretty sure I have his life rights now, so...
He got drunk and signed a contract in blood.
He might have. He might have. We do weird shit.
I would read a book of Spicky's tweets.
I mean, it wouldn't make any sense. It would just be him yelling at CNN and Huffington Post and saying the N-word a bunch.
I forgot.
Who the fuck is Spicky?
Spicky's a friend of mine, a friend of ours. He's my former co-host on my old politics podcast that I used to do. That's just a pretty infamous internet troll.
Is he literally a spick?
No.
Oh,
But yeah, in regards to the idea of putting out a tweet book, it wouldn't make any sense. I mean, fucking Drill put out a book of tweets. Those don't make any sense, and that's sold like 1 million copies.
I don't know who that is, but it sounds fucking dumb. I mean, anybody who wants to, like, write anything at all is dumb. Like, I wrote something a few months ago, and just, like, I felt like such a fag doing it, you know? I'm just like, oh, let me write this thing. And then I, like, send it to Matt, and I'm like, is it good? And he's like, fix these things. And I go and fix the things, and then I was like, oh, look, I wrote some little story. And you know what I could have been doing? Just getting fucking hammered and, like, calling people gay on the internet, or like podcasting, or just writing jokes instead. Like, that's just write down thoughts. Don't write down an entire fucking book. Nobody cares about a book. Just write down that's what Twitter's for. You know, just write things like Joe Biden's gay. There you go. Send tweet. Fucking killed it for the day. Nobody else needs to know what your thoughts were. Joe Biden's gay. John, you probably don't agree with me, right? You think that you got to write down long-form bullshit. But I'm here to say...
Yeah, but John really can't, you know, by his own admission, he can't. He's not a writer, so...
I'm not a writer.
Okay.
I'm a wannabe. I want to be, but I never tried.
Well, yeah, I mean, anybody can do it, you know.
I'm too insecure to write, is what it is.
Oh, yeah, so are all these fucking idiots that write. Just write stuff. Just write it down and then just send tweet. Don't write a book. That's stupid. Just send tweets.
Oh, I write tweets, I guess, but
there you go. You're a modern writer.
I'm a writer then.
I'm gonna send the next great American tweet. That's my goal.
That's a good line, actually. I'm gonna use that. Author of the Great American Tweet.
That's the way to.
Yeah.
There actually should be a book on Trump called the Great American Tweet.
There's an idea.
He's had some zingers, man.
He's the best Twitter user that's ever existed. I mean, he's just one of the best.
Yeah.
And he's even tweeted about that he's one of the best tweeters.
My tweets are the best. Nobody can tweet like me.
He's so fucking awesome, dude. He kicks ass so much. I mean, I think he's gonna win again. I really hope that he wins again. I'm gonna vote for him. I don't care about policy with him at this point. Like, I don't at all. I just want him to be president forever because it's been the most fun and most chaotic years of my life. I mean, it's ruined my life. My entire life is completely ruined. But god damn, it's been funny as hell. And, you never let life get in the way of a good punchline, all right? And Donald Trump is the great American punchline. It kicks ass that he's president. I'll just be driving down the street sometimes and go, Donald Trump is the fucking president. It kicks ass. I want him to be president again for a long time. Biden would be funny, but he'd be the boring type of funny. The scary kind of funny, mostly because it's like, I do legitimately think Biden is a little crazy. Not crazy in like a gonna hurt people way, but crazy in just a grandpa way,
Oh yeah, he's totally the crazy grandpa. I don't think he knows where he is.
Like a crazy great uncle.
He called that guy fat the other day. That was hilarious. Challenged him to a push-up contest.
He's like that weird bachelor uncle you had who was like a little too handsy, and then you find out later that he's gay.
Okay, well, I didn't have that experience, but it sounds like you did, so go on.
Uncle Grabby Hands.
I never had it, but a lot of people have had it.
I mean, maybe. That's not... If you want to open up, man, you just a safe zone. No judgment here.
I had a disturbingly normal childhood. I mean, my parents are still married, so...
Oh, that is weird.
That's something that gets to me every day. One of these days, she's going to leave that man. We're going to run off together. And then this podcast will be called Terror House Radio with Matt and Dad.
I think we should get to questions and comments before this.
Yes, please.
Yeah, we have questions and comments. Send in your questions before we record at streamlabs.com/terrorhousemagazine. And the reason we get to do this segment is because we actually have questions and comments.
Oh boy.
And you know what that means? It means Bryden gets paid.
Nice.
How awesome is that?
We have questions. We have questions, plural, and comments, plural. Or we have question and comment.
We have comment.
We have comment. Okay.
But hey, from small things, greater things are born. We have a Streamlabs tip from the Right Honorable. He sends $3 and he says, "Congratulations on the new show, gentlemen. I think people are investing too much in the Groyper War. I hate conservative ink, but they aren't going away easily. They'll just get another Charlie Kirk to confuse and lie to people about our greatest ally." It's funny. The Groyper Wars have been great. It's entertainment. I do love watching all these fucking people just lose their minds. But yeah, I'm not going to get into specifics on that. I'm not touching that with a fucking 10-foot pole.
Here, I'll say this. It's really funny that the internet has struck again, and anytime anybody can fucking make fun of Charlie Kirk, I'm totally on board, dude. I think it's funny. I haven't been paying as much attention to it as I could, but like I'm in support of any trolling of Charlie Kirk. I think it's awesome. I'm too old to be in this fight anymore. But I definitely support anybody making fun of Charlie Kirk, because it's like, this keeps him up at night. I don't even think Charlie Kirk's a sociopath. I think that he's just like a clown. And I really like anybody making fun of him. And like, the damage has been done to Charlie Kirk now. I think Charlie Kirk is... And I think TPUSA isn't really going away. They've been dealt a major blow. But like, Charlie Kirk isn't going away. I mean, that guy is... He's fed money, But man, it's funny watching him squirm. Like, and seeing Dan Crenshaw kind of be a butthole about everything, but he's always been a butthole, so it really doesn't, surprise me as much. But goddamn, watching Charlie Kirk just squirm around is really, really, really funny. Boom.
Watching him dump a loaf in his diapers.
It's great. He's weird looking too. Like, I want to know if if his head just got too big for his face, or if he just always looked like that as a kid. I mean, I need Charlie Kirk baby pictures to find out if he's always looked weird or not. But man, it's fucking awesome. He's just so weird looking, and he's goofy. He's a dumb clown.
It looks like the doctor used the forceps too hard when they were pulling him out of his mother.
Well, my thoughts on the Groper War is that it's important is because we got to make more money for Nick the Spick. So, that's...
Whoa.
Wow. We love Nick Fuentes here. We are Nick Fuentes respecters.
I mean,
I love the way everybody deifies this 20-year-old kid. It's so funny.
I mean, calling people slurs, I think is totally funny, and I'm on board. But he's just a friend of mine, so I don't care what you call him. But I am gonna do the Italian whoa thing. Oh, hey, you're saying slurs over here. How about how do you say friend in Italian? Was it friendo? Probably. I think that's it.
That's
Paisan.
Paisan. Oh yeah, like when the Super Mario cartoon when it was like, hey, paisanos. Yeah, I remember paisanos because it sounds like pizza kind of.
We got to deify a 21-year-old kid. That's the best. That's the best the conservatives can come up with is some 21-year-old is their master debater, masturbator.
Oh boy.
A 21-year-old virgin Catholic.
I judge people by their works, and Nick has done great work over the past year. He's a good guy. I got my differences with him, but he's a good guy.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. He's a friend of mine. I've known him for years. He's a good dude. But I do think
hanging out with him when he was in high school or something. What the fuck?
Well, no, I met him 2 years ago.
Oh, okay, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
It's I've known him for years.
Yeah, no,
what were you fucking hanging out with him playing Dungeons and Dragons or something?
Yeah, no,
Bryden picked him up from school.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, exactly. You pick it up at school? You was babysitter? What the fuck?
No, see, what I do is I hang outside of high schools and I look for kids that I think are going to be good YouTubers. How do you think I know Logan Paul for so long, huh?
I don't know. That's just creepy. I've known him for years.
Listen, I'm a producer, okay? And I'm out here trying to produce talent and content. Now, I really swing and a miss with Matt, but I'm invested. We've got a contract. What are you gonna do?
You got a contract? Hey, Matt, where's my contract?
You're just a guest. You don't get shit.
Well, I have a new website they're gonna be launching called dickfeet.com. Tell me, are your feet actually dicks? Because if they are, I mean, I found nobody for this one, but it's a dream that I will find someone with dicks for feet, and I can launch dickfeet.com. Because I think the specific fetish market of that would be the only place to go. Yeah,
you might have found the one fetish that doesn't already have its own website.
I guarantee that it has its own website because I know that
probably does.
I know that shitting dick nipples exists, so I'm sure dick feet is already a thing.
That's a sad state of society right there.
It's I mean, you can't win anymore. You're never gonna. You never. It's the Pandora's box thing. This is all open. I mean, Pandora's box, there wasn't like fear and greed and shit in there. No, it was shitting dick nipples, dick feet, you know, gay Nazi porn. I mean, somewhere out there, like there's Stalin and Hitler banging it out. I mean, that's on the internet. So what are you gonna do?
And there's also Seaman Hitler.
Oh yeah, Seaman Hitler. That was a guy. He existed. That poor guy. Can you imagine? It's hilarious.
Poor guy. I mean, like, he died like a hero, I guess.
No, he didn't. His name was Seaman Hitler, and he died when he was 20.
Well, he died in the war.
Yeah, and nobody remembers him except for Seaman Hitler.
Well, he was also a communist, too, so...
Yeah, well...
Oh, and fuck him.
Well, I mean, you know, it's the communists then weren't the communists now. They don't care about the working class now. Now they just want to, they're like, legalize fisting. And it's like, what? It's what?
That needs to be on a fucking protest sign.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Next time I infiltrate one of those. Yeah, next
I
time
didn't know fisting was illegal.
I don't think it is. I mean, it might be.
Probably in some states.
Yeah, Alabama strikes me as an anti-fisting state.
Yeah, no, I'm for legalizing fisting.
I don't know where I stand on that. I've got other things. I'm still not even sure if I'm on board with the death penalty or not. And I haven't known for years what form of healthcare I think is probably the best. So the fisting question, the FQ as it were, I haven't made a decision on that. And I really don't want to be informed on it either. I don't really want to go through the process. I don't want to get fist pilled.
I never understood how fisting could be pleasurable just because it's a
lesbians. No, lesbians. No, it's not.
I mean, lesbians, it makes sense.
Because they do. There's the old joke. I love this one. You know, like how to, like why aren't lesbians good at fighting? Because they think this is a fist, and you know, you make a cone with your hands because that's what, you know. It's not like they make an actual fist and punch in there, you know.
Yeah, I assume it's like they just put the hand in there like normal, then they curl it up when it's inside.
I mean, I suppose, but it's still a good joke because they think this is a fist, and you just make a little cone with your hand, and then you get to make fun of lesbians, and that's an in joke with the lesbians, and now you have lesbian friends. Then they can be like a bodyguard for you. I was thinking about this today, Matt, and I'm gonna forget about it. Otherwise, I would have brought it up to. Maybe I'll still bring it up to Sid tomorrow, but. I want a black woman to just follow me around everywhere. That way, like, when I tell a joke or something, like, I'd be like, you know why lesbians are bad at fighting? Because they think this is a fist. And then the black woman behind me will be like, he said, because they think this is a fist. And I think that would be awesome. Just to have I'm going to pay a black woman to just wander around and do black girl shit behind me everywhere. Like, clap her hands, move her hair around and shit. It'll be awesome. I can't wait.
It'd be a wonderful sight to see.
It'd be fucking cool.
I think now's a good time to kind of end the podcast. Well, you know, and on a high note, of fisting black lesbians.
She's not fisting. She's not fisting. She's just a black girl that follows me around and repeats my jokes.
Okay, black doppelganger, whatever the word is. No, not doppelganger. Shadow. I don't know. Whatever.
Probably not shadow. Sounds a little racial. So maybe just assistant or friend. Probably just go with homie. That's probably good, right? They still
homie,
say that, right?
We'll go with homie.
Home girl.
But anyway, John, anything you'd like to plug before we go?
Not that I want associated with this podcast.
I'll put the links in, just to. You can go check out John's YouTube channel and what he does, and his Twitter and all that shit. Brian, anything you want to plug?
TheRoot.com.
This is going to be a running theme, isn't it?
Yeah, that and, you know, I don't know, Matt, like, sometimes when you don't get my jokes, it stings. Bzzz. Finishing out as a B. John didn't get that one because he didn't get that. He wasn't here for the B references, but I'm a B.
Okay, yeah, go check out Sid and Bryden and Beer. You did put up a new episode this week. But
Yeah.
It's good.
It'll be up Monday. We're back to our normal recording schedule because we had been off. So the new one will be up Sunday evening, basically.
Go check out Sid and Bryden and Beer. It's probably better than this podcast. And go check out Bryden on Twitter and his DLive channel, and that's all in the description. Of course, for me, go check out mattforney.com. Go check out the Telegram page, the YouTube channel. I'm not really doing anything at those places, but hey, follow me there and stuff, and check out what I'm doing, and that'll do it for this episode of Terror House Radio. Sure to check in every day at Terror House Magazine, terrorhousemag.com for our latest posts. Check out our books at Terror House Press, terrorhousepress.com. Follow our social media links in the description. And don't forget that you can always check out past episodes of Terror House Radio at terrorhouseradio.com. Terror House Radio is produced by Bryden Proctor and presented by Jugs. Intro music by Meme Extremists, illegitimate on Carborundum. Don't the bastards grind on. I'm Matt Forney with Bryden Proctor and John Steele, and we are out.